Hello, my name is Frank Christensen and I'm the coordinator of officials for IFAF in Europe. In today's training tape, we're looking at keys, and more specifically, we're looking at how and when we shift from one key to another. But before we get to the actual video plays, let's have a look at what the MOFO have to say on this topic.
In the MOFO, let's go to section 517.5, Philosophy of Larger Crews, which says, with a larger number of officials, as a wing official or deep wing official, it is possible for you to concentrate for longer on the action by and against eligible receivers. On a crew of 7 or 8, you should only have to key on one receiver, which should make it impossible for any foul play involving him to go unobserved. Similarly, as the play develops, you will have smaller zones to deal with and should therefore be able to provide better coverage. And for a more comprehensive run-through of all the zones and the keys and all that stuff, I encourage you to go through section 16 in the MOFO, which has all of that good stuff. But for now, that was the book. Now let's have a look to see how all of this translates on the field. In this first example, we're looking at the back judge key. So we're looking at this wing back right here. This is the back judge's initial key. And then the ball is snapped and he stays into block. So right away, the back judge would move out to this guy, the second guy in the formation, and the wing would move from him in to this wing back and help with the tackle. So the back judge has now moved from the wing back to the slot back, and then here the formations, they cross. So right away at this point, the back judge would move to the outside guy who's coming into the middle, and the deep wing would move from this guy to the other receiver who is now on the outside. So really for the back judge, it would be 2 times moving his focus from the wing back to the slot back to the outside receiver, and then once the ball is in the air, move to the intended receiver. We're looking at the field judge key, so the receiver at the bottom of the screen. And right there, when he turns around like that, it turns into a screenplay, which means the wing will take over A19, and the deep wing will take over the running back coming out, so that the deep wing will focus on this block and anything that could happen for them. So again, moving from your original key to the running back coming out. So here we have a trip situation, and initially we'll have the back judge on the inside guy, the wing on the middle guy, and then as normal, the deep wing on the outside guy. And then what happens is they run their route, and right away we notice that this guy goes deep in the middle, so the back judge will take over this guy, and this guy coming into the flat will be the responsibility of the wing. And then as soon as the ball is in the air, we should have everybody focusing in on A80. Certainly everybody on this side of the ball. So the wing, the deep wing, and the back judge should be focusing in here, while the deep wing and the wing on the back side should be focusing on cleanup and looking at anything that might happen from the backside, because they really cannot help too much on the pass or catch or no catch on this sideline. So their focus is better spent on, on sportsmanlike or late hit or anything else that happens in the middle of the field. In this situation, initially this guy is in behind the tackle, so he is in the offensive backfield, and as such not part of the key system. He's regarded as a fullback basically. So right now the deep wings will have the outside guys and the back judge will have this slot receiver. Then what happens is the quote-unquote fullback goes into motion. He's still not part of the key system because he's still between the tackles, but as soon as he gets outside of the tackle, now the back judge picks him up. So now he's the responsibility of the back judge, which means for the wing will take over the slot back. And then the ball is snapped, and right away this turns into a screen pass type movement. So the wing will take over this guy and rule on catch or no catch on the screen pass, and the back judge will go back out to the slot back, his original guy, so that we have the wing looking at this. Is this forward or backward pass? Is it caught or not? The back judge will have these guys, and the deep wing will have up here, and that is how we get the best coverage. So here we have a double formation, and if we start looking at the top couple where the field judge is, so we know that the back judge is going to have the slot back and the field judge will have the outside guy. And as soon as they cross like this, the field judge and back judge will shift keys so that the back judge will take the guy running the post and the field judge will take the guy running the outside route. Now, if we look at the bottom of the screen, we've got the linesman and the center judge. There's no help from the back judge down here. So basically, initially the side judge will have the outside guy and the linesman will have the slot back. But they also run the same type of crossing pattern. And since the linesman is staying on the line of scrimmage, it becomes very difficult for him to cover any of these receivers going deep. So here is a situation where there's a little bit of a difference between being a field judge and a side judge, because as a side judge you have to realize that when both of your keys go deep like this, you have to be able to cover both of them, because you cannot count on the wing, on your linesman, to be able to cover very much of anything from his position where he needs to stay. So field judge gets help, side judge doesn't. But then again, as soon as the ball is in the air, all eyes go to the receiver in the middle of the intended receiver, and we have to rule on the catch. In this last video, we're looking at the side judge key, which is this guy right down here. And initially, this is your key, but then once this turns into a screen pass and number one is going back towards the ball, the side judge will move his focus from this guy to the slot back and start looking at this contact right here, while the wing will move to A1 and rule on catch, no catch, forward, backward pass, all that good stuff. So right now the side judge will be right here holding whatever else we can have a look at. And once this happens and this couple here are taken over or passed by the ball, then this situation here is less interesting, and the side judge will move his focus to the lineman who's going to initiate contact with cornerback B1. So we move from number one to number slot back here, and then we end up with the offensive lineman and that contact right there. So a lot of stuff goes on through the play, and we need all of us to be on the same page to get the best coverage. And that was the training tip. I hope you found something that you can use on the field.